That was the year before. Yeah. But good memory. Last year, Nico said, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, but that was the year before. Last year we had a hard word, but I'll tell you a secret. It's easy because it's in your bulletin. We pulled it from this Sunday's Gospel. Last year the theme was, if any of you would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever tries to save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake, this is the Lord talking, and the sake of the gospel, his life will be saved. That's right. Come on, have a seat. It's my fault. I started before you could get here. So what does that mean as a review for last year? What does that mean? If you try to save your life, you'll lose it. Anybody ever experienced that? Okay, well, I didn't really expect that you would have. We taught that to the Sunday school because this is a basic principle of life that sometimes it takes an entire lifetime to learn. The older people here can tell you that this is true. If there's something that you really, really, really want, and you try so hard to hold on to it, what usually happens? It just slips away. I think somebody made a rock song about that. Maybe more than one. But the Lord gives us a promise. He says, if you lose your life for my sake, you will receive your life again. Not if you lose your life just for any old reason. And when we say your life, I'm not talking about dying, although that might happen. We're talking about the things that are important to you. The things that you feel like you can't live without. The things that it's hard to lose. Christ says, if you try to hold on to those, you'll lose them. He doesn't say, I'll take them away. He says, you'll lose them. And I'll tell you ultimately why. The most important things to us are people. The people in our lives. And what do people do if you try to hold too tight to them? Have you ever gone and visited, kids, have you ever gone and visited a distant relative, a great aunt, and she wanted to hold you on her lap, and she wanted you to stay there, and she held on tight, and you felt like you were stuck because you didn't know her, and you didn't know what was going on, and you tried to get away, and she held just tighter? Like that. She wanted to hold on to you, and you wanted to be anywhere but there. That's what happens. But the Lord says, if you give up what is important to you for my sake, if you don't hold on to it, if you let it go, then it will be given back to you. The important part is for the sake of the Lord, because nobody wants to lose their life. But if you seek the Lord first and let the other things go, they will be given back. This is a promise, and it's good news. So that's the review for last year. This year's theme is intended to come after it, because this promise is good news. And St. Peter said on the day of Pentecost, as he preached the good news of Jesus Christ, that this promise is to you, to the grandparents and the parents, to the adults with ears to hear, and to your children. That's all of you here. And to all who are even far away, to those who the children will talk to years from now, to everyone that is called by the name of the Lord. That's good news. Not only that we don't have to lose our life, well, we do, but we'll get it back again. Nobody else promises that. Everybody else in the world will tell you the best way to try to hang on to your life, even though you know at the end you're going to lose. Christ tells you, stop trying to hold on to it. Love me and let it all go, and you will receive the world again. as a gift. Not this broken world, but a perfect, healed world, as it was supposed to be. This is high theology, but it's basic stuff. If you've had a pet die, if you've had a friend die, if you've had a grandparent or a loved one die, if you've lost something that was dear to you, you know how hard it is to lose these things. But Jesus will give them back. He will heal all those wounds, and this is the good news, the promise of the Christian faith. All right? So, after this, I won't talk so seriously. We'll talk about more interesting things, maybe vestments, maybe pews, maybe candles or covers or icons, or maybe something more amusing. I don't know. But today, we need to remember last year's theme: if you try to save your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life for the sake of the Lord and the gospel, you'll find your life again. And this year's theme, that this good news, this promise, is not just for the kids, not just for the parents, but for all of us here and for everyone who is not even anywhere close to Christ now, who will come close to Him through us. So, have a good year in Sunday school. May God bless you richly. We will dismiss you now. You'll go to the assembly first, and then upstairs briefly for the classes.